Well, one of the first questions any high school senior hears time and time again is, what are your plans going to be after graduation? Well, this week we caught up with a few student athletes whose answer was the Minnesota National Guard. The decision to go to college seems to bring a lot of pressure these days, and student athletes are feeling it. But for a few Minnesota high school students and extracurricular activities, they are prepping themselves prior to college by defending their country and joining the Army National Guard. Jaden Hatt, a Lakeville North standout athlete who has excelled in multiple sports with the Panthers, including their state tournament-bound football team, says his decision was made easy by similarities he sees between the two.
You get to go through basic, and I don't know, I'm excited about that. A lot of people I know aren't, but I love just, kind of getting yelled at and the intensity of that. Football's kind of intense too, so I like the intensity of both that they bring, and I'm all about learning more about yourself.
One of the things he did learn during the process was some of the great benefits his decision had to offer.
I kind of went to every branch, but I ended up landing on National Guard because they have the state tuition.
Students enlisting in the Guard come in all shapes and sizes and enter with very diverse interests. Danielle Vo has been a cheerleader for 5 years at Osseo High School, and she is also an accomplished musician, a cellist in the school symphony. In both cases, she is aware that she is only as good as the entire group, a sense of team that will carry over to the National Guard.
I've grown used to that team atmosphere, so I kind of love being a part of something like that because it's a place where you feel like, you'll make a difference and you're going to count and you're a part of that team.
Danielle's family has the armed forces in their blood. On her dad's side, she has an uncle who retired as a colonel and an aunt who spent a career in the Air Force. But her decision to join the Guard was still a bit of a shock.
When I was younger, I saw a commercial for the National Guard, and I told my mom that I wanted to be in the National Guard, and she just laughed it off. I don't think they actually saw it coming, but they're not surprised. I guess it just runs in the family. And my mom, she was iffy at first because my mom and my dad wanted school first. My mom's super supportive now, and she's super proud.
Family is also the key component to Paul Winkleman's decision to enlist in the National Guard. Paul is graduating from Champlin Park this spring, and his next step is in part a salute to his dad.
My dad had always kind of been a part of the military. He was a Marine. He learned so much from it that I figured that it would be a really good experience for me and that I could probably give him one last thank you, before I leave his life and go do my own thing.
Paul played on 2 varsity teams for the Rebels. He wrestled and played soccer, an interesting combination of sports. Now as he nears towards graduation and Army basic training, he has a combination of emotions.
I would say nervous and excitement. It's kind of the same feeling, I say, but all the nervousness that I'm feeling, I kind of try to turn it into excitement because it's a new experience, but I feel like I can adapt to it, that it'll be something that's good for me in the long run.
Well, Jaden is looking to play football at either Bethel or the University of Northwestern in St. Paul. Paul will start at Minnesota State Mankato next winter, and Danielle is headed to Drake University in Des Moines with an eye on becoming a pharmacist.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Good for them. When we come back, follow us to Hamlin as we try to keep up with some of the fastest kids around.